Hello everybody, so I was just testing out various builds. I figured I'd just go ahead and show this to you, just in case you want to play it, in case you're wanting to do a poison shred kind of crone staff build or something like that. Pretty fun. It's not going to do as much damage as the companion shred, but it does have a ton of DPS because it does do a bunch of StormClaw stuff. It's kind of a mix between, shred and StormClaw. I was just trying it out to see how it would feel, and so far it's actually been pretty fun. So the main things here, we're not going wolves or anything like that, but we are just going like aspect of might, disobedience. You want quad damage reductions on that, stuff like that. Rapid aspect, vigorous aspect on the pants. Here you actually want to go ghost walkers. I just ran out of gold, so I just haven't switched it yet. It'll give you a little bit more attack speed with the ravenous, and it'll also give you a little bit more move speed whenever you become unstoppable. Great staff with the crone, pretty fun. This is going to proc our earthen might and a bunch of other stuff very consistently, as well as getting our poison creeper off reset, so we can just do some nice shreds to kill elites. Because really the way this build works is you're just going to DPS most of the little stuff down with just claw, but then whenever you run into elites, you'll put a couple poison creepers on them, you'll back up, and then you'll just hit them with shred, and then they should die. We got aspect of the blurred beast, so while dashing, shred seeks out nearby poisoned enemies, dealing 150% of the poison damage to them. Then we have Mighty Storm's Ring. The reason why I chose this over aspect of the Stampede is I just noticed that when you take this, your DPS is just so much higher. I went and tested it out just to see. Your DPS really is just higher whenever you have all those consistent crits, and you actually proc this a ton with the crone staff specifically. So with the crone staff, this is just kind of insane. That's why I stopped doing. And I also noticed as well that with the vampiric powers, one of the things that I am a fan of is this undying. Because we attack so fast, we become very tanky and hard to kill. So even when we're dealing with things like poison, even though we're not resetting our earthen bulwark consistently, it's just kind of like, oh well, because you'll kind of out DPS poison with the undying, which is really nice from a functional standpoint. And then if you want to run Tybalt's Will, so I'm doing high nightmare dungeons, so I need the damage reductions the higher up I go. But if you're doing something like, Duriel or anything like that, you can actually run Tybalt's and stuff like that, and it'll be even stronger. And you can also run Godslayer Crown as well if you're doing things like Duriel, or the Ubers, because you don't need all that damage reduction. And this build actually overcaps on armor very easily. So you can, I'm actually overcapped on armor. I could stand to actually lose a little bit of armor. I have a little bit too much right now, so because I have armor, I think on almost everything that can have it on there, so I need to swap that around a little bit. But yeah, so main thing is if you're doing high nightmare dungeons, just make sure you have quad damage reductions. Make sure your armor it gets up to about 13,000 to 14,000 whenever you have your disobedience stacked. And keep in mind that the lower your armor is, when you try to do a higher nightmare dungeon, the lower your armor is, that means the more stacked your disobedience is going to have to be to make up for that. So having a higher base armor will actually make it your build feel a lot more fluid and easier to play. You won't just randomly get one shot. So keep that in mind. Fortified gems, and we are going X-Falls as well in this. The reason for that is because this is a poison build. We reset poison creeper a lot. I also maxed out toxic claws just so we could put a poison effect on there. Not sure it's 100% necessary for me to have 3 points into this, but that being said, it does actually, your toxic claws does proc X-Falls, so it gives you another poison effect to potentially proc this, because this is really nice. Whenever it goes off, you're going to see it does a ton of damage. So yeah, let's just go ahead and hop on into it. I'll have a D4 builds if you want to know the actual stat priorities and stuff like that for this in the description. So I'll just kind of show it to you guys. Do this, see, so now when we have the elites, do this. And then we just want to shred. We want to shred the elites in order to kill them. That's really the main function of shred. Now keep in mind, you could just go a pure StormClaw build and you could just DPS the elites down. But this is for people that just want to play, shred too, right? So, and you can also do that too. You can kind of dash in and out. And keep in mind, we do run Metamorphosis with this build, so you have pretty decent access to Unstoppable. Oh my gosh, how did I not die? Wow, I'm actually surprised I didn't die there. I just took I don't know how many of those things to the face. So DPS this guy down. Hold on. Put some poison on him. Do that. You can see the shred just does a ton for when it comes to killing the elites. But all the little white dudes, they die pretty easily too. Okay. Bam. And I do still need to get my defenses a little bit better. I don't have 100% min-max defensive stats. But yeah, so pretty fun. Let's see here. I'm also running Petrify here, mainly for bossing DPS. So to help with that. Okay, try to kill those. Ooh, that's actually pretty good for this. Okay, and we keep going. Travel to the endless coil. Yeah, because that's one thing about this is when you don't go pure StormClaw, you'll notice that your bossing can be a little bit... Oh, there it is. Okay, well, we all knew that was going to happen at some point. My gosh. I was surprised I hadn't actually died yet to any of those. I've ran through like a billion of these things. What the heck? Is this Nightmare Portal or something? Why are there so many fallen in here? That's okay though. Alright, so do this. You can see here, pretty tanky. We have like 19,000 armor, so I'm like way over capped. Okay. Gotta kite these fallen back, because I can handle like a explosion, but yeah, doing like 4 or 5, that'll do me in. That is for sure. Probably doesn't help that I'm just kind of using my, probably doesn't help that I'm using up my other stuff though, or my, my bats, so I can't just dodge it. Oops. Get out of there. Yep. Uh-huh. And you can still, you know, shred other things too if you want. I mean, this is a pretty mechanical build though. So like if you're looking for like, if you like kind of like the higher, like a lot of movement, a lot of dashing in and out, this is definitely going to be a build for you. It's pretty fun. Now just the regular poison shred build does do more damage, but this build is much more, what's the word, fluid in terms of like the poison creeper resets, because we run the crone staff, so it's pretty nice. But I mean, whenever I was doing like the like kind of maxed out shred druid, I mean I was hitting for like, I think like 20 million or something like that on the shreds. This one's only doing, I think the highest I've seen is like maybe 6 million. Right. So, and there's a little bit of tweaking I could do with this as well, but this isn't too bad. Okay. Yeah. I tried a few different things because I was really, like, whenever I started doing this build, I was trying to figure out if there was a way for me to, like, be able to more easily proc all of the poison. That was really what I was trying to do. And I tried to do it with Vasili's, but unfortunately Vasili's has too much anti-synergy with X-Falls because it consumes your poisons when you use it, so I was using the Earthen Bulwark to proc it. Okay, and kill that guy. Okay, yes. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. No, I'm not gonna do that right now. No need. Yeah, but as long as you don't stand in a bunch of explosions, you can see it's pretty easy to survive. I could probably do higher if I just went and found a good key, but I kept it at 80 just to make it easier to demonstrate so I don't have to think as much. Oh man. But if you really don't want to think at all, you pure StormClaw is just godly this season if you haven't tried it out. It's what I'm probably going to end up building next, I think, after this. I think I might try out one more variation of the Poison StormClaw, and then I'll move on to just regular StormClaw. Okay. And, oh, bam. Gosh, but man, I tell you what, it's real. The thing about shred that feels so good is whenever you like dash out and then dash back in and then you just kind of pop everything. It's just so, the feeling is so satisfying. I think that's why I like playing, I think that's honestly why I like playing the Poison Shred Druid so much. is mainly just the Blurred Beast. I just like the aspect a lot. It's definitely not the best build this season, but it's definitely pretty fun. But the cool thing is too is that, you know, yeah, Hodabarb's one-shotting Duriel, but you can, I mean, you can do freaking Ubers with almost any build this season. I mean, I have a video of me doing Duriel fairly easy with like a, I don't even think I was min-maxed at the time with the Poison Shred Druid. I don't think I had it min-maxed with all the defensive stats and all this other stuff I could have had on it. Oh, okay. Whoa, lag. Calm down there. Kill this thing. Kill that thing. And shred in. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Man. I'll tell you what though, this build is so smooth because of the Poison Creeper resets. I mean, really, if you wanted to, you could just use the Crone Staff until you get a Poison Creeper reset and then just dash out and dash back in. And if you wanted to, you can also, I have another, if you've watched my Poison Shred Druid guide, I have a variation of the Poison Shred Druid that utilizes the Crone Staff, because you don't have to do any of this StormClaw stuff if you just like the Shred aspect. And you could still have a similar build that would do more damage on the Shred. This is just a hybrid, so it's like half Stormclaw, half Shred. So if you were to swap it around and focus more on the Shred, you definitely could do a little bit. You definitely could do more damage. Like, it's not uncommon. It wasn't uncommon even before I had the Poison Shred min-max to hit for like 10 million. Which obviously compared to Hodabarb hitting for like 500 million is not that much, but yeah. Poison Shred is definitely not the god build this season, that's for sure. I think I am working on a Blood Necro, a Blood Surge Necro though. I'm going to see how high I can get that up. Because right now I think the Overpower builds are really strong. Okay. So now here's where, and this is why I went and put on like Earthen Might, because this is one thing that I was trying to fix, was like, you know, bossing damage and stuff like that seemed pretty low, but that's okay. And if you go into the Poison Stormclaw, or sorry, if you just go like more into the Stormclaw, you'll have faster bossing. Let's see here, or well, actually, sorry, I'd say if you really want faster bossing, you either need to go all into the Shred, or you got to go all into the Stormclaw, one of the two, you know. Okay. And you can see, yeah, see, you can see like the chunks I'm taking out of them with the that. Okay, now that should do it. You just gotta, you kind of got to get like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 of the Poison Creepers on him, and then you can start shredding him and chunking him for quite a bit. But anyways, guys, yep, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Just figured I'd show you this build before I switched off of it, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you next time. Thanks.